Aisha and welcome to Belly Dance Tutorials. Today we're gonna talk about arms again. It's one of the most difficult things to master and to improve as a dancer, as a belly dancer. Now, to achieve soft arms and graceful arms and pretty arms, we have to focus a lot on the wrist. The wrist is actually the secret to beautiful flowy arms. And now the secret is out. You all know it. All right. What happens is that a lot of the arm movements are initiated and led by the wrist movement. So for the beginning, for start, we're gonna do a little exercise. We're gonna flex and extend the palms. And we are going to create this 90-degree angle here, up and down, yeah? All the way up, all the way down, 90 degrees, 90 degrees. This is what we have to keep in mind. Almost every arm movement is initiated in the wrist, and we have to bend the wrist a lot, or flex or extend. We are looking for that 90 degrees almost every time. Of course, there are exceptions, and it depends how you want to style your dance and how the music goes and what looks good on you. But as a general principle, we have to use our wrists in all the arm movements. For instance, if I want to just raise my arms or lower my arms, the easiest way to create soft and flowy arms is just to bend the wrist and lead with the wrist up, and again bend the wrist and lead with the wrist down. One side, other side, yeah? Front and down, side up, side down, one side, other side, yeah? All right? So there is a difference now between a hand circle and the wrist circle. Yeah? So this is a hand circle, which is used a lot in different stylizations, but the hand circle is a little bit more Western and more flamenco in nature. So it has its own, uses. But it's limiting. So if you're doing wrist circles all the time, it's very limiting in your arm movement. Whereas a wrist circle, so see how my wrists are traveling a lot in space, creates more options, more opportunities to move your entire arm. So let's focus a little bit on another exercise to use our wrist in motion to create these wrist circles. All right, so I'm gonna go here a little closer, and what we're gonna do is to extend our arms out. Now we're gonna lift our wrist, move it back in a circle. Now lift the wrist again and come back. Let's see. This is a simple palm flip, okay? So let's do it again. Wrist up, wrist back, wrist down, lift the wrist, and then come back with just a simple flourish. All right? One more time. Wrist up, wrist side, wrist back, lift the palm, come back with a simple flourish. All right? It looks awkward right now because it's so slow. But let's put a little music and we'll speed it up a little bit and it'll look better. It'll make more sense. Okay? So, good. This is a good song. All right? So both wrists together. Up, back, down, lift, and flourish. Yeah? One more time. Up, back, down, lift, flourish to come back. Up, back, down, up, flourish, right? All right. So let's do it a little faster. Up, back, down, up, come back. Now this is a simple movement at the same level in space, but you could definitely go higher. Yeah? So up, back, down, raise arms, flourish to come back. Leading with the wrist down, up, back, down, lift the wrist. Yeah, makes any sense, all right? Leading with the wrist, yeah. Lift the wrist up, back, down, raise the palms, leading with the wrist, flourish to come back. So see how my wrist travels a lot in space. My wrist describes this circle, and it's a lot of movement here, as opposed to hand circle. This is a hand circle. My wrist is not traveling. My fingers are traveling in space. But for this one, I'm using my wrist to make my arm move. And my fingers are actually not traveling a lot, it looks like, but the tips of my fingers are not traveling, you know, like crazy in space. It's the wrist that does the traveling. And that creates pretty and soft and elegant arms. In all the arm movements, instead of just lifting the arms straight like that, although sometimes that's perfectly okay, if you want to add softness and elegance, just use the wrist. Yeah? So this is a wrist circle. Wrist circle. Right? Wrist circle. Classical arm movement. But I'm using a lot the flexing and the flexion and extension of the arm, of the palm actually, right? All the way, 90 degrees. And what I'm adding here is the tumbling movement and the movement that's led by the wrist again, okay? And let's see other things about the wrist. Again, almost every movement in space, if you are trying to incorporate the wrist in the movement, it'll look much better, and it'll create these soft arms. All right. So if you have any questions, you can write them down below in comments. I'll try to answer them. And try to practice just this simple movement to create muscle memory, so you will create wrist circles in space and not just hand circles. All right? Well, thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, click on the like button and also subscribe to my channel for more tutorials. And see you later. Bye.